Hello everyone, how's it going? First of all, I'm very sorry for not releasing or making this video way sooner. I know the ticket only has like, what, 3 days left or something before it actually expires. But I really wanted to make a video talking about this, and I noticed it was gonna be a little bit harder than usual because, you know, we have elements now, and that complicates a lot of stuff. Before, if we didn't have elements, the choices would be really easy. I mean, there would still be like quite a few characters to choose from, but with the elements there are just way too many more this time. And it's honestly kind of a pain in the ass to even choose. As you can see from this quote-unquote tier list, it's not really a tier list, but it's basically just a list of characters you should consider. But basically, now that we have elements, some elements, honestly, pretty much all elements are missing like some key units. You know, we can't really go with Labrista, Kokoro, Ames on every team. You know, now, for example, fire teams don't have any healing outside of Valentine Chizuru, and it's really annoying. And it's, you know, she ends up being very important now. I don't have Valentine Chizuru, and that's gonna fucking bite me in the ass sometimes, probably, who knows. But yeah, this is why it took me so long to actually make this video. It's just kind of complicated. I actually needed to think about a lot of stuff and needed to relearn some characters that I never actually used because they were never actually important or good. But in any case, this list is structured by elements, of course, it's separated by elements, and the characters on the left are well, in my opinion, are the better characters in that specific element, and the ones on the right are the worst characters, I guess. I say worst, but they are still very important. Also, a side note, I put here New Year Yui and New Year Hiyori just because they are getting a new unique, not a unique equipment, a 6-star. They are getting a 6-star next month, so I think they are worth considering, even though they are very bad units right now. Yeah, then again, well, I don't really see Yui. New Year Yui, for those who don't know, she was really good back then because she was kind of like Amis, where she would protect you guys, like protect your team very well, like kind of like Amis. But you know, she being on the light element has to compete with Amis, so maybe she's kind of pointless getting a 6-star. But Hiyori, I don't really remember what Hiyori does. I think, from what I remember, she is really bad by today's standards anyway. So maybe a new 6-star makes her way better. But then again, she's kind of competing with Muimi over here, so... Well, we'll have to wait and see what they do for their 6-star, of course. In any case, let's start from the top, right? Fire, very simple. Homare is the best DPS AoE in Magic teams right now, anyway, independent of element. So, you know, Fire has a great DPS for AoE Magic, you know? Very good choice. And of course, just like I mentioned before, Shizuru and Valentine is the only healing Fire has right now. So you kinda depend on her, either that or you just kinda hope in clan battle that you can use, I don't know, the boss is like weak against fire and light, and there you can just use Ames, you know. Yeah. Or some other element where they actually have healing. It's gonna be kind of tough not having Shizuru. I'm personally not going for Shizuru. I'll say a little bit later who I'm actually gonna pick, but I'm not going with Shizuru. Also, I should note, this list is not meant for PvP. Nah, like these characters are not. Yeah, you know, I don't really usually pay much attention to PvP, but these characters are not really. This list is not really meant for PvP. It's more like clan battle or some boss battles. You know the gist. Clan battle, boss dungeons, that kind of stuff. PvE content, not PvP. In any case, Maho, amazing AoE magic, and Chizuru, the only healing we have for fire teams. And she actually is very good. Not Maho, Shizuru since she got her new unique equipment, the number 2, She got a really big buff because now she gives a lot of attack, if I remember correctly. I think she gives TP, might be wrong about that, but now her new unique equipment is really good. She got like a huge buff because of that, and that's why she is here. Everybody down here, some of them might be really good, like Christmas Chica, for example. She is actually pretty good, but I don't think she gets to the level of these characters. I really wanted to condense this list because there are already so many good characters we have to pick from, and just putting in more suggestions, even though they are good, if they are not like amazing, I feel like it's pointless. In any case, let's switch on to water, where we have a lot of teams or a lot of characters to choose from. Christmas Hyene, because of the damage cap increase, she became incredibly strong. Like her main weakness was really her burst only making one hit, and because of that, her max damage during her burst is like just 1 million damage, which is really low. But now with the damage increase, she can do up to 10 million damage, which is amazing. And she has a character that is just so strong. She has like a stupid good loop. It's basically just attack, skill 1, skill 2, and that's it. Very efficient. She has a very good TP gain, if I remember correctly. And her skill 2 has this huge ass buff that's permanent. So, and with her loop being so effective, she will be using that buff very frequently. And that's not all, of course. Her burst, I don't know if you guys know, she kind of kills herself, but not really. She loses HP. And because she loses HP, she loses 40% if you have her second unique equipment. Because she does lose HP, she does get a lot of TP from it. And I think, if I remember correctly, her skill 2 also gives a lot of TP. And that way, she can just burst over and over again and do a lot of damage. And while also getting a lot of attack from her skill too. It's kind of ridiculous, like how efficient she is. Before we had the elements, before we had her unique equipment, and before we had the damage cap, she was really garbage. She basically just killed herself and that's it. Because yeah, her unique equipment now makes her not kill herself, like literally, because she would literally kill herself. So yeah. Very good character now, because she got really buffed from all these updates recently. Anyway, Summer Rae, also a very good character. She's very very straightforward. She's just like your basic DPS, who does a lot of damage. Her new unique equipment also gave her a huge buff. Yeah, that's basically it. She just deals a lot of damage. Yeah. Nothing too amazing going on about her. I think she also has like some stacking mechanics or something. I'm not really sure. I don't have her, but she is very strong. Like, she could auto damage Christina, if I remember correctly. Yeah, a lot of clan battle comps in the past were starting to use her because of her unique equipment. So yeah, very good character. Summer Mimi, I think best DPS for AoE situations. So yeah, nothing else to say here. An amazing character for AoE situations. And it's kind of annoying that I don't have her. Anyway, moving on. Summer Tamaki. Summer Tamaki also got a new unique equipment, the second one, which is kind of similar to Ayane's, where she also gets a huge ass buff that's permanent, an attack buff that's permanent, but she doesn't have the looping, not looping, what is it? The loop pattern that Ayane has, so of course it's not as efficient. But Summer Tamaki has this amazing skill where she reduces the TP from the boss that you're facing. So she will deal a lot of damage, actually. She will deal, of course, a lot of damage and also reduce the TP from the boss. Of course, it's not like super top tier damage, like the top ranking characters, I guess, like Christina, for example. But she will still deal a lot of damage, and the TP drain is actually really nice. She should like save you guys if like you're facing some kind of boss that just fucks you over with his burst, because that happens a lot. So Tamaki, a very good choice in those situations. Moving on, Summer Ranfa. Sorry if I'm going a little bit too fast. It's a little bit, it's a big list. There's a lot of characters to talk about. Anyway, Summer Ranfa. An amazing character for Magic teams, where she gives barriers, TP recovery, healing, attack buffs, and she also deals a lot of damage for a support anyway. So yeah, for AoE situation, she is incredibly good. Incredibly good. One of the best support for Magic teams like in the game. And she's in water. Because yeah, well, anyway. Summer Nenica, kind of the same thing, but for single target. Yeah, that's basically it. Moving on, Summer Sudden needs no introduction. Honestly, she's barely in here because Summer Sudden has not been seeing as much use because let's face it, her skills are a little bit meh. Her only like amazing skill is her skill 2, if I remember correctly, the one that gives TP. You guys know which skill I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, she's of course very good for PvP. I know I mentioned this is for PvE, but you know, PvP she's like top tier character, and she I mean, she gives some attack speed and some buffs, so she's a very solid character, very good character overall. So if you don't have her, I guess consider, even though I don't think she's like a priority these days. Anyway, moving on to Wind. Ilya, amazing character for Magic teams. She's an amazing Magic support. She gives attack speed. She summons two bats, and those 2 bats also give attack. I think, if I remember correctly, they give both of them give 5k attack each of them, and to everybody around them. God, I don't remember. What else is there? Shit. Whatever, doesn't matter. Amazing, amazing support for Magic teams. I'll show like her skills. I'll show the skills from people I don't remember on screen, so you guys just know what they actually do, like exactly. That way you can have a better idea, because you know there are way too many characters in this game, and you know it's kind of hard to remember sometimes. In any case, but she is very good. In any case, New Year Nenica, another amazing support character for Magic teams. She doesn't deal any damage, of course, so that it's kind of bad, because these days Magic supports are honestly kind of meant to deal damage, even though they are supports. So Nenica not dealing damage is a little bit bad, but she does buff a lot of damage for the guys on your team. She's very good in teams where you want to stack buffs on only one character, because she does have a skill where she targets only one character and gives that one character some TP and a lot of attack buffs. So yeah, she also has this mechanic where the higher her attack is, the higher her buffs are. So if you can maybe stack those buffs very quickly, she will be an amazing support on your guys' team. So yeah, very worth considering. Moving on. Light, Jesus Christ, Light. Light has credit. The credit is so broken. She has a barrier, she has healing, she has a lot of attack, she has a lot of damage, she has a lot of defense reduction. She's AoE. She's the best character for AoE physical teams, and yeah, that's it. There's nothing really worth talking about. Like she's just the best for AoE teams and physical, and she's in Light. Anyway, Misato, a very strong healer for Magic. Not Magic, strong healer for physical teams. She gives a lot of attack. Yeah, that's it. She gives a lot of attack. I think she also gives a lot of TP. I don't actually have her, so I don't remember very well what she does. I remember she being a very good support, and she heals, of course. She's a healer. Of course, we have Amis in Light teams, so she does compete with her. But in some situations, Amis is a little bit worse than Misato, New Year Misato. So you could consider her. Then again, I feel like Crazy is just better. At the end, I will say like who I think you guys should go in each element anyway. Moving on, Liberated Muimi, amazing single target DPS. She does suffer a little. Oh shit! I bumped the microphone. Sorry about that. She does suffer a little bit with her positioning, and she is kind of squishy. So yeah, you do have to be careful with that. But she is probably like the best DPS right now in Light for physical teams. Anyway, she deals a lot of damage. She has a skill where she reduces a lot of defense, and you can kind of make her use that skill very often. So because of that, you know, you don't really need someone else to reduce defense. Well, I mean, more characters to reduce defense is not really that bad. So, but yeah, she does reduce a lot of defense, and she does also a lot of damage. So she's very straightforward, just a lot of damage. Anyway, Liberated Muimi, of course, very close in skill set as Summer Sudden, but she does not have any attack speed buffs. So they kind of differentiate in that aspect. Also, she only works with physical teams, so you also need to think about that. And of course, she is also very good for PvP. I know I mentioned this not for PvP, but whatever, you know what I mean. She's very good for PvP. I should mention that. But yeah, a lot of TP at the beginning, as you guys know, so it's very, very good. And she also keeps giving TP over time, so it is pretty good. She also reduces defense and gives a lot of attack to everybody, so a very, very solid support. But it's basically that initial TP for everybody, which is huge, is very, very useful. So yeah, if you don't have her, kind of consider it. I just feel like it's still better. Anyway, Overload Pecorin. Overload Pecorin, funnily enough, she is getting a rerun tomorrow or today. Well, either tomorrow or today. I don't know when this video is getting released. Hopefully soon, very, very, very soon. But an amazing support. Kind of sub DPS and kind of a tank. However, we do have a tank in not summer, Christmas June. Christmas June is also an amazing tank in light teams, but she kinda doesn't work very well with other teams. She is a little bit not versatile. June, I mean, not Pecorin. So Pecorin is a little bit more versatile, but she kinda changes if the boss has more than 50% HP or less. It's kind of weird, but she is very, very strong, especially with her unique equipment. She does a lot of damage. Basically, Pecorin, if the boss has more than 50%, she's a little bit, she behaves more like a support, and if the boss has lower or less than 50%, she acts more like a DPS. She does deal a lot of damage, by the way. She does deal a lot of damage. So yeah, and she can be your tank, which doubles down, you know, in utility. She is very, very good. I think light teams are lacking in tanks right now. It's basically Pecorin and Christmas June. So if you have June, I don't think you need Pecorin very much, but they're kind of the same in utility, I feel. Yeah, and I think June tanks a little bit better. Yeah. I think June is a little bit more durable. Yeah. Anyway, and I already talked about Yui and Hiyori. They will get a 6-star, of course, so we should keep those in mind. But I don't think they are worth picking from the tickets, to be honest. Maybe they shouldn't even be here, I feel. Whatever. Anyway, and lastly, Dark teams. Dark teams, really, Jita is kind of busted. She is like Nanika, but way better. Regular Nanika, but way better. Then again, Nanika is for AoE, maybe, most of the time. And, well, PvP also, but, you know. Jita, Warlock Jita is an amazing character. She deals a lot of damage, also gives a lot of attack to everybody, and she also reduces a lot of defense. So yeah, overall Jita is so good. Oh, and she gives a lot of TP to everybody, which is so important, of course. But yeah, an amazing character. Kind of broken, to be honest. Jita is kind of broken, which makes sense. The other Jita is also kind of broken. Anyway, Summer Shinobu. Summer Shinobu is probably the best tank in Dark. I don't remember very well what other characters are in Dark teams or in the Dark element, but Summer Shinobu is like incredibly good. I mean, she's not herself is not a tank, but she summons a tank in the form of her like father. It's like that skull thingy that gives like, it's a really good utility. The skull even has a taunt, so if you need a taunt, you can just use her. Yeah, it's an amazing tank, and she herself deals quite a good amount of damage also. She also reduces defense. If I remember correctly, wait, no, never mind. I was thinking about Ruka. Because before Ruka was kind of the replacement for Shinobu, but Ruka is in fire teams anyway, so never mind. But yeah, Shinobu, amazing tank for Dark teams. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay, now, who should you pick, right? Of course. It's really hard. the best characters, to be honest, would be like Cheetah, Credita. I mean, all of these on the left side, but in water, like everybody here, except for Saverin, to be honest, everybody else is so important. Everybody here is very, very important. Like, I know I put Ione over here as the best one for me anyway, but like the other ones aren't really like that far from her, to be honest. They are all very, very good. Honestly, especially these two. Honestly, I feel like they shouldn't, but they're all very good, man. They are all very good. Water is the toughest one to choose from. I feel like fire is straight up Homare. Or maybe Shizuru because of healing. Ugh. See the problem here. Guys, just see what you need. Really. See if you're missing like something very, very important. And I guess pick based on what you are missing. Well, I guess, look, dark, best one is Jita. Light, best one is probably Credita. You could make a case for Muimi or Nozomi, but I feel like Credita is better. Is Credita... Shit, I don't remember if Credita is pre-phase. If Credita is pre-phase, I guess you could skip her because pre-phases do happen a little bit often. You can predict them better. And you could go for either Nozomi or Muimi. For wind, I feel like for wind they aren't as important as the other ones, so I feel like you could just ignore these two, even though they are both very, very good, especially Ilya. Water, dudes, just pick whoever. just pick whoever. I guess you could go for one of these three. One of these three you can't really go, but these two all. Okay, go like this. One of these 5 are very, very good. And for fire, one of these 2 really. Yeah, so yeah. Sorry for not being able to give a more concrete opinion. It just goes to show how very, very good these characters are. And it's really, really hard to actually choose one from all of these. And this is why it took me so long to even not come up, to even make or start doing this video or finish doing this video. So yeah, sorry guys for taking so long. Hopefully the video comes out before or with some time before the ticket actually expires. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. Yeah, thank you for watching. Anyway, oh right, the usual stuff. 1,000 subs, we are very close, very, very close. So please guys, please, if you're not subbed, please consider subbing, please, pretty please. Of course, and Lou, and thank you for the membership. Yeah. Oh, of course, I should mention the memberships finally have emotes. So if you are interested in those, they are very cute. So you could maybe do the membership, you know, if you can, of course. Don't worry about it. You don't need to. I'm just saying. We have emotes now. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.